So, I finally got a chance to see Shin Godzilla. Woo! And I'm sure the burning question you want the video to answer is an easy one. Is it any good? Well, yeah, it is good, but a tougher question turns out to be, is it a good Godzilla movie? Now, everyone who loves Godzilla loves the big man for different things. Maybe you're a fan of the classic 60s Godzilla that's featured in films like MOTHRA vs. Godzilla. Or maybe you like the super silly Godzilla from Godzilla vs. MEGALON. Or maybe you even prefer the semi-serious monster slugfest of the 90s, like in Godzilla vs. MECHAGODZILLA 2. Either way, you come with expectations to a new Godzilla picture, and I'll do my best to try to prepare you for what Shin Godzilla contains. For one, there's very little Godzilla action in the film. In Shin Godzilla, the big man is a destructive force that exists only to move in a straight line. This goes top to bottom from his appearances to his design. The face you've seen in all the trailers and the posters barely moves. He just kinda keeps walking straight forward, breaking everything in his path. He appears at the beginning in a kind of big-eyed crawling larvae form. He evolves into the Godzilla we've seen in all the promotional images to appear in the middle of the film to basically destroy almost all of Tokyo. And then he makes a final moving appearance in the climax. And that's all the Godzilla you're gonna get. But let me put the caveat that while every other Godzilla before this, excluding the original Ishiro Honda picture, made you root for the monster no matter how bad he was, this one, I didn't really want Godzilla to win, because every step he takes in this film makes damage, and director Anno makes sure that you know that where he's destroying, people live. And I don't mean that he's pulling for your tear ducts or anything, it's probably one of the Godzilla films that has the least in-your-face drama, but that he lets you know that this little district that's currently being engulfed in flames has a name. In fact, this is probably the most technical Godzilla film, that it's all about the bureaucracy to stop such a big monster. Now, whether this is realistic or not is beyond the point. I'm from North America. I have no idea how Japanese politics work, or how this bureaucratic system would actually kick into gear if a giant monster attacked. And so much information was packed into it that, like I said, I'm not Japanese, so a lot of the rules and regulations that are being applied, or even some of the social conventions, go right above my head. But either way, the question is the human stuff compelling? And personally, I found it very compelling. While it's a movie that has almost 100 speaking characters, all of them usually identified by name, it's also a film that's very dryly humorous, and that has a lot to unpack thematically. I'm not even sure if I've wrapped my head around all the stuff that I saw up on screen. So, if you go in expecting a film where Godzilla appears really only officially twice, and that he looks great and kicks a lot of ass, while the other stuff is kind of fascinating in how would a giant group of people deal with the threat of Godzilla. I love it when Godzilla puts a smackdown on cool-looking monsters, and I thought Godzilla Final Wars was one of the greatest things of all time. But Shin Godzilla is a really interesting way to restart a series. I really like this movie, and I hope that in the right mindset, you can like it too. Godzilla just has to fight a bunch of cool-looking monsters in the next one.